is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful day. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take it by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But
Yeah.
holy I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. We're in holiday trading, folks. Bottom line, though, markets are open. Markets are at all-time highs. Serve the one you love. Once you decide to be a couple here, to serve the one you love, to serve your love to your lover, and every kiss and every touch you feel there to please the one you love without expecting anything back. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 57, up 47, trading at 28.56. NASDAQ up 55, and get this, folks, 9,007. It broke 9,000, monster number. I think when I basically was starting this business, the NASDAQ was about 600 rather, not even 900. Pretty sick. Big numbers. NDX 100, that's up 56, trading at 87.86. Gold contract up $10.80, trading at $15.15 an ounce. You got silver up 14 cents, $17.99 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 58 cents, $61.69 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You got the 10-year up 3 ticks, 128.13. 30-year up 7 ticks, 156.19. And King Dollar down 97 ticks, trading at 97.535. The euro is at 111 to 1 US dollar. The yen is at 109.62, and the pound is at 130 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. We're going to the world of the NASDAQ composite first, because you got Amazon firing on all cylinders out here. This is what's putting the big juice into the composite, as well as the NDX 100. Composite's up $54 right now. You're at 9,007. And if we go over to Amazon, you're going to see this baby. You know, I've been talking about it a lot, that it's just been laying there. And guess what? It's laying there until it doesn't lay there. Amazon closed Tuesday at 17.89, and you are at 18.66. This has wide price spread, has volume also, and it's pretty amazing for a holiday week. It's going after the swing point up here, blew it away actually of 18.53, and you blew it away with volume. That's saying that Amazon's on its way up to 2,035, and let me just see if that's the high. No, it's not. So you get 2,050 is the high. So we're going after now the last swing high from July of 2019. That had failed as it was going after the high from September of 2018. But bottom line is that, guess what? It's got some juice underneath it, and I suspect that's going to be, let's see, Amazon stock in the biggest advance in the S&P index after the e-commerce giant said its holiday season this year was record-breaking, with billions of items shipped and tens of millions of Amazon devices like Echo Dot sold. Yeah, the more they get sold, folks, the Echoes, the more that, of course, it's just a natural buying inside people's houses. They got 5 million new customers that started Prime free trials. It's a big number. Paid memberships globally, while the number of items that were delivered with one-day or same-day shipping quadrupled. Look at that, quadrupled compared to last season. Holy cow. Independent third-party sellers sold more than 1 billion items Monster numbers all around. That's the real bottom line. This is like just a monster number. Let's see what they're going to be coming out with numbers. So they're coming out with numbers January 30th. Also inside the NDX 100, well, let's go over to Apple because Amazon is the biggest mover inside the NDX 100. NetEase, which is the Chinese internet company, shopping site, is number 2. That's up, and then Apple. Apple, I think it's up about $4.50. Yeah, $4.57. And bottom line is that this is not only at an all-time high. This had big juice last week. Yeah, pretty amazing actually. Yeah, option expiration was coming in, but man, this has been a one-way move by Apple. You know, when you look at Apple, this is about as sick as you get. January 4th of 2019, Apple traded at $142, and you're $288. So there you go, 100%. You know, as of today, I think it was up a little less than that. But the bottom line, that's almost unheard of. That you have a company that's a billion-dollar company being up 100% in 1 year. Pretty amazing. Notes and bonds. Let's go take a look at the note and bond market. If we have the 10-year note first, we take a look at it. You're up 2 ticks. You got light volume. It's holding price out here today, so we'll see how that shakes out. It didn't hold price last. Let's see, what day is today? So today's Thursday. Last Monday. Monday it didn't hold price. We go take a look at the 30-year. 30-year right now. Also up 6 ticks. Short volume. We know we have light volume all around inside the note and bond market. So what I'd really like to see, I was looking for a test of the lower end of this consolidation because the way that we had failed on price and volume on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, yeah, it was Monday it failed. Dollar index, you get a little selling inside the dollar, and what that is that you have the euro catching a small bid. We're up 11 ticks inside the euro, and we'll see whether that can get into some real juice going topside. Pound, same type of setup. Pound right now also is trading up about 42 ticks. Pound actually looks like it can actually go again. You know, the pound, last 10 days, after Johnson got elected and a decisive victory, the pound had started out at 130, got all the way up to 135, and then imploded at 135. 5 days later, went down to 129. Now, inside the currency market, folks, that is like just you don't get down 5 pennies in currency markets in 5 days. Guess what? It did. And, you know, we'll see whether it can make its gains going back topside once again. Inside the gold market, GDX, HUI, XAU, they're all catching a bid. Bottom line, they're catching a good bid, too. GDX is trading $29. That's looking to go to $30 up here. We go to the XAU. We take a look at the XAU. We put this on a monthly, and what you're going to be seeing here is that you're launching the swing high from the 16th, from 2016. That's what it's going after. You're 7 points away from it right now. We're at $114. The swing point is at $114.71. We're at 105. Stay right there, folks. Come back with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. We'll be talking markets out here.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates to my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking for exposure to gold or gold mining equities, then now is a perfect time to sign up for Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. The summer is over, gold is trading back above $1,500, and the 10-year Treasury is hovering at around 1.5%. Tom O'Brien has been writing his weekly gold report for almost 18 years. There's no one that knows more about how the gold market trades and how gold mining equities react. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, Tom publishes his weekly gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. As of September 3rd, Gold Report subscribers have 5 active open positions with an average unrealized profit of almost 38% for each position. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials up 45, NASDAQ is up 55, S&Ps are up 9.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Thursday at 20 past the hour. Don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show here every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, the opening call. Now, the way you get the opening call, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go right under newsletters. You hit the opening call right there. You can view it. You can get the opening call for 1 month at $128. You can get it for 6 months at $595, which is a savings of $173 at 22%. You get it for a year for $995, which is a savings of $541 or 35%. Great way to kick off the new year, folks. They all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Check it out. Get it now. You get it all of January. You're off to the races. We'll see what our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is thinking of this market right now. What's happening, Basil?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. Yourself? We ready
Very
for good 2020?
Oh, I'm ready for 2020.
My God.
I just flipped the coin the other day and I said, 2020, I'm ready.
You know, I just leaving. We have a couple offices here in the same building, folks. And Natalie, our accountant, I just said to her, 2020. And she says, I know it sounds so futuristic, doesn't it? It really does.
It's the first time you're actually looking forward to 2020. You know, you're usually looking back at 2020.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's look forward. I got some of your charts here.
Looking forward. Here we go. So the Dow right now is very close. You know, at Chapman Wave, I'm always looking for, I'll just do this real quickly, just so that people who maybe are new to my work can understand it. Yeah. I'm only looking at 3 patterns. It's straight down or straight up, or an arch formation or a cup formation. And within these 3 patterns, if you come down hard and then you make a little arch formation that looks like a lowercase h, if you take out that left side low, you can go quite a bit lower. And next to it, you'll see a reverse Y formation, green, because if you take out the left side high, you can go quite a bit higher. I'm always looking for only 4 higher peaks as the core to the basic Chapman Wave buy signal to buy mode, but it certainly can go E, F, and G, so you can go to 7 higher peaks, but it's that 4th higher peak that you start to look for what's going to happen now. Is it recycling? Is this where you get the deepest correction? So essentially 4 higher peaks and those 3 patterns. So here we go. In the Dow that we're looking at right Where did that go? In the Dow we're looking at right now, on the left side is the daily chart, and you can see there was a gap. It's called an island reversal,
Yeah.
and I can draw it in here. It's like a V, but it's we can call it a cup formation, a deep cup or a V-shaped pattern. You've gone from one level down back to that level, and now we're at a peak C. So I'm always expecting at least the fourth highest peak. So the Dow should go above 28,608, and then we're going to assess. Why? Because the MACD is very good. It's not as strong as it was going to the previous high of 28,174 in November. And the stochastic is very good at 92% and flat, so that's a good sign. And this blue line right here, that's the on-balance volume, and that's kind of a hint to say we're getting overbought. So I'm preparing that we might take a short position fairly soon, but the core is that the weekly chart is still very strong. We're in leg C. We're in this pattern that I call a Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. See these two lines, a little dash green and a little dash pink in this weekly chart?
Yeah.
Well, look at the price. Every time it got into that zone, it got repelled. So this is going to be very important, because if it suddenly the Dow starts to trade, I'll tell you, I'll give you a figure right now. In the 26,800 level, it's taken out that resistance, and it makes that whole area of 30,000 really important. Sorry, 29 is the next level. 29,000 becomes very important. And the support, you can see this green 9-period moving average at 27,900, and the black one, the 14-period at 27,700. That's very good support. So that's a deep correction if there is. But you haven't really changed anything because it's still in an uptrend. And the monthly chart is in D. It's the only one of the major indices that has gone to a leg D. So what I'm anticipating is that we're going to get into some kind of a bumpy area very soon. And how deep we decline is going to be contingent upon a number of factors, because as long as you're rotating, you had spoken about just a few moments ago about Amazon.
Yes.
Look how many times you and I have looked at Amazon, and I said Amazon made a peak back in September of 2050, back in September of 2018.
Right.
It plummeted to around number 1307. December of last year. Then it ran up very sharply to 2035 in the week. You can see peak E. And then it pulled back to 1685. And yesterday I was just thinking about it, and I thought, this is very interesting. I remember the same thing happening over a few years, a couple of times, where going into December, it didn't look too great. But once they came out with the results, anything can happen. So I didn't know what the results would be, but look at this. It's up 80 points right now. And you remember we talked about a moment ago about this cup formation and the arch?
Yes.
Look at this cup formation. And it is in leg D in the weekly chart, but that is very good. The monthly still says, hey, it's got a little work to do, but it was very important that it holds support. So these are the techniques that I show my subscribers to my opening call. We've got 6 long positions. We have no short positions right now. We're still in the Bank of America from a year ago, December, the last day of December last year. We bought the Bank of America. We've had different trades in between, but we've got a core position that's gone from the 24s to the 35s.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's a 43% gain in a sector that was really, people were not looking at the financials very favorably, but I like the financials. And then I mentioned quite a number of times over the last couple of weeks that we're long, this is in the biotech area. It's called, this is BDSI, Biodelivery Sciences. It's got it transmits medication through different methodologies. So we like this. We got in at 517. We've taken profits on the way up. We still have a core position. And today it just jumped. What is it? That's 8% already today. So we still long this from 517, and it's so far it's about a 38% gain. So we've got a number of stocks. We've got some new positions. Just this week we actually added a couple of positions. And I spoke to you the other day about the TRCCI, which is the, here we are. This is the Reuters Equal Weight Commodity Index. And I said to you, I think commodities are starting to do very nicely. So we've got a commodity index, and it's just the other day, and it's actually up quite nicely. So I think the whole idea is, how do we rotate? What happens over the next couple of weeks? Let's just say for instance, Boeing has been a very big factor in the Dow because it's heavily weighted.
Sure.
But at the same time, so the Dow's done very well, but it's lagging the other indicators a little bit. What if Boeing suddenly catches the light? But Microsoft has had a fantastic move. Looks a little toppy here. It has to make its peak D in the daily, but it's an E in the weekly. What if it pulls back? It's only C in the monthly. But if it could, if it has a pullback and gives back some of the gains that it's made just December alone, that could be. What if that happens? And yet you've got Boeing suddenly has some strength. So this is the rotation is going to be very important. So by next week, I think we'll have a much clearer idea, or at least what I'm looking at, when and how January is going to
Basil, hey, do you want to stay there a second? Because I know you're talking about the XAU, the HUI. I'd like to talk about that when you come back, all right? Stay right there, folks. Basil's going to bring up the XAU, the HUI, and our phone number is 877-927-6648. Basil and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has put together the best lineup of live content for traders by traders every market day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected minds in the business. TFNN broadcasts 5 days a week live from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We have live programming every market day during market hours. Every morning, Larry Pesavento kicks off the trading day live at 9 a.m. and breaks down the opening bell with Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour, followed at 11 a.m. by the team at TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim with Fast Market. Basil Chapman hosts the Tiger Technicians Hour at noon, Steve Rhodes at 1 p.m. with the Trader's Edge, Dave White at 2 p.m. with the Power Trading Hour, and Tom O'Brien anchors the daily lineup from 3 till 5 as host of the Tom O'Brien Show. Tune in to TFNN's Tiger TV on your computer or mobile device, and you can always find us streaming on YouTube. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 46, Nasdaq's up 51, S&P's are up 9.5. We're talking with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. We wanted to get him back here and see where the Chapman wave is riding inside this XAU and the HUI. Okay, so what do we got, Basil?
So just to show you, first of all, gold. Gold is in leg D in the daily chart. It made a peak E at 1573.3 back in, what was that? It was May, wasn't it? No, it was September of this year in the weekly chart. And now it's making that same cup formation. And it was looking kind of miserable for a little while. Not miserable in the sense that it needed to break down, but it just couldn't get going to the upside. Yeah. And this move, this particular week, now there are a couple of questions I'll ask you in a moment, but I just wanted to say that the weekly chart is still not that positive in the technicals, but price is most important, and price is moving very well. And if the gold contract, this is the continuous contract, can close above the high of the week of the 8th of November of 1524, let's just say it can get to 1526 and then start to close in the 1520s, I think that would be very positive and say the weekly should then go to a leg D, and the monthly is at peak C, and I think eventually it will go to a D. What is very important is that for the first time in a while, actually, we've got a consensus in the XAU notation. Does that have a dot XAU, a dot X? Why am I missing something here? Let me do that again. I'll go to the, there we go, XAU. Click, there it is. So the weekly chart, and what's fascinating about this, I show charts all the time when I'm doing my show, and I always say, how many times can you see a peak D that is very important? Well, look, here's the peak D in the XAU. It made a high on August, the week of the 30th, at 102.29. Pull back under the 14-period moving average. Now, here's something that's really important for the listeners. And for people viewing, it's even more important. If you're viewing this chart, you will see that even though the technicals start to fail, this green line, the 9-period exponential moving average, and I've had webinars on this. If you sign up for my service, you'll get a webinar based on this. Look at that green line. It never turned down at all. The green line is the 9-period moving average, nicely above the weekly, black line.
Interesting.
And this is a weekly.
Okay.
And look at the monthly. The monthly is the same thing. So to me, I'm not sure. I was going to ask you the question, but I'll do one more first. I'll just go to, I think I wanted to go to the HUI. Yeah, so the HUI is only in a leg C in the weekly chart, had made a peak D, so that's still very positive, and the MACD is just crossed positive, and it's just gone to a leg D in the monthly. So the question I was going to have for you is, the dollar hasn't really broken down. It seems to me, and we had spoken about this a little while back, I said it seems as if rates are in one world. They're in the world of international markets needing lower rates, and that's one thing. Oil is in another area completely. The dollar has held well because it's really in the currency area of world markets. Gold is almost independent, and then it took a little while for me to figure out you've got to think of these things completely separately. And I think we can see this now because, look, the euro normally would go with the dollar, with the gold. Euro's weak here. So my question to you is, what do you think is spurring this move? Is there something down the road that we don't know? The bank sector is holding well. What do you think this is?
It looks to me it's the interest rate structure. You know, that what you have, just as Basil said, folks, okay, gold's been moving and the dollar hasn't gone down. It got in this lower range last week, rejected it, it's back in its higher range again because the pound had imploded. But, you know, when you talk about, so picture this, folks, okay? You'll hear a lot about this, that our corporate bond market, you know, basically went up like 14% last year. That's kind of unheard of for bonds, folks, okay? But guess what? The reason is that you have, in the world structure, you're at 16 trillion negative interest rates right now in Europe. 16 trillion. So what has happened is that a lot of those companies over there are coming over to the U.S. buying corporate bonds. And that's what made it go. So to me, Basil, it seems like it's low rates, hard assets, you know, on a basis, it just seems like that's where it's going. And then the real question is, of course, will we ever get inflation again?
Well,
you know,
of course.
Just saying that, I mean, it'll happen, but the bottom line is that...
We can joke about it, but for those of us who lived through the 1970s and you know what inflation is doing, you have to go to the post office twice a week to see what the stamps are costing. So when inflation is out of the box, it can be very vicious.
It's dangerous.
But at this point, there's really... And not only that, there's a commoditization of everything. We have to realize that now you've got more countries around the world that are manufacturers, and because of that, they are forcing prices down. Every country, not every company now, every country is wanting your dollar for that product. And that's creating some kind of a deflationary aspect, not if you go to the supermarket and not if you're paying your insurance, etc. The real life that the Fed never takes into account is seeing inflation, but actually the commoditization of so many things is, I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like this internationally.
And what you have here, folks, so picture. In the U.S., it's Amazon, right? They rule the whole world. And China, you got Alibaba, you got Tencent ruling everything. And South America, you got Mercado Libre. So
Correct.
picture, all of us, folks, can jump on those websites right now and order anything and everything from all of South America, all of Asia, all of the United States, all of the world. I mean, those three places.
Free delivery.
And you will get free delivery.
Amazing, huh?
And guess what, folks? People are doing it hand over fist. So it is pretty cool. I mean, and no, I think that's what's keeping prices down, because I think what's also happening is that people are getting more tuned that no matter what we buy, most of the stuff comes from somewhere else. And Americans, we're used to paying so much for product anyway that you don't realize, folks, that these spreads are 300 or 400%. So you can jump on Alibaba, you can jump on Mercado Libre, and you can get the exact same thing, and it takes 2.5 weeks to get here, but something you're paying $10 for, you get it at $3. It's like, really?
And that makes such a difference.
Yeah.
And you can see why money is flowing into the stock market, because, the expression, Tina, there is no alternative. It's kind of forcing people into the market.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
so this 2020, I think, is going to be one of the most interesting years that we've had in a long time. Not so much because of the price of stocks, but how people rotate through the different. Remember last year when I was talking to you, earlier this year, talking to you about the IYR, the REITs. We had the stock CCI, and it was just screaming to the upside in the Tower, Crown Castle, REIT towers. How we rotate is going to be so important. And this kickoff with gold is telling us that you've got to look at each sector. I don't have to tell you because you're the expert in gold, but it tells us that you can't ignore any sector. You can't just dismiss it on traditional basis. You've got to look at it, do your homework. Because
and particularly, we're starting off at highs, folks. We're up 28%, so the bottom line, can we up another 28%? Yeah, you can. But the bottom line, we're starting off at highs versus last year at lows, right?
That's right.
Basil, thank you so much, man. You have a great one, safe one. And, of course, look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you. It'll be at 7 a.m. in the morning.
I like it. 7 a.m. Early bird gets the worm. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thanks, man. Okay.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year, or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year, or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. You have the Dow Industrials right now trading up 51, Nasdaq up 51, S&P's up 9.5, and let's go over inside the Dow just for a second and take a look. I think you go, oh, it's interesting, the Dow hasn't made it yet. So the all-time highs of the Dow is 26,608. Yeah, we were at 28,597. The Nasdaq's taking it over. I mean, in a big way, too. This composite, that's quite a move. And, of course, inside of that, as Basil and I was just talking about, you did have Amazon. Amazon is the lead dog out here today in a huge way. Let me show you something else here. This gets interesting. So this is a cannabis stock up in Canada. Let me look at this, because there's a mispricing on this right now. What I mean by mispricing, don't touch this stock, okay, because this doesn't make any sense. So you get Hilex Corporation. They create, distribute cannabis products. The company offers cannabis, peppermint oil, sublingual sprays, marijuana powder. That's new, marijuana powder, dried flowers, and oils. Their revenue is $47 million. They're going to double it this year to 85. But check this out, okay? So the news on this was that it traded down 21% on a offering, okay? But I don't see it trading down 21%, number one. But I just want to show you something. So this is live today. They did a secondary offering at $1.67. The stock is trading $2.57. This is Canadian dollars, by the way, okay? So they entered into a pact with institutional investors for the purchase and sale of 15 million common shares at an offering price of $1.67. Gross proceeds is $25 million. The company is also issuing investor warrants to buy an additional 7.49 million shares. They have 5 years to do it at an exercise price of $2.45 a share. Now you can see this. This is the kicker inside of these when you do these, folks. When you get a private IPO, what you're looking for is that you're looking for a discounted price. You never see one that is discounted like this price, that's for sure. You get normally 4 or 5 pennies, you know. But the warrants are what are worth the money if the equity can perform. In this particular case, this just looks to me like a, you know, they said the shares were down, I guess the shares were down 9% pre-market, but guess what? This stock, my take is that this will not stay up at these levels when you're selling 25 million, 15 million common shares with an additional 7 for the dilution at a $1.67 price. It's just, hey, it is what it is. But right now, it certainly hasn't priced it down. And you don't know what the lockup is inside of that. Most of the time, the lockups, they're not that long. You can be 6 months, a year lockup inside an IPO. It's not an IPO. It's a private secondary offering. But that is quite a price on the private secondary on the way down. Copper. Let's go take a look at the copper market. We're talking, metals. Bottom line is that copper was one of the first base metals to move. And this is on a tear, folks, okay? We take a look at this. 4 months ago, copper's at $2.49 a pound. You're at 284 right now. HG1, and I think about 284, 285 is the number that if it can break this, maybe it's 288. 1 second. I see. No, it's higher than that. Okay, so the first level is 299. You break that, you're going to go up to 322. Now, the 322 level, that we were there in 2016, you break that, then you're going to get big action in copper. And copper is important to keep your eyes on because what you do have is that as soon as the way that the Chinese work is that they buy this hand over fist, until they don't buy it anymore. But every time they come in the market, you can just see them in the market. They just don't stop. And they stockpile the copper because guess what, folks? When you're building that many high-rises, you need huge amounts of copper. And I mean, they're building high-rises by the hundreds out there, and they haven't stopped. The bottom line is that, yeah, they have debt problems, no doubt, but guess what? We get debt problems too. I mean, when you look at where we're at, and you look at the type of the deficit we've got, we've never had something like this. But bottom line is, it is what it is, and you just roll with it. S&Ps, they're gonna drive this baby home. And this is where, folks, that the machines, you can see basically you got momentum going. You have no liquidity inside the marketplace out here today. This is a very, basically the trading desk, most people are not on the trading desk. Machines, however, trade 24 hours a day. On the S&P right now, you only have 23 million shares traded, and we did 149 million on option expiration. That being said, you can see what just happened. Someone came in the future market. They turned around and bought the biggest lot from all day. Right now, if we look at, let me just look at this for a second. Okay, you're 7 minutes into the 40 past hour, and they just laid in with, this is the biggest trade out here today. So they just laid into it 20,000 contracts inside. And it's going to be more than that. It just took out the highs that were generated out here at 11 o'clock this morning, which was that 32.38. We just hit 32.39. That's saying, hey, guess what? They can run this thing coming right up into the close. We go take a look at the NQs, and the NQs are the strongest out here today because of Amazon as well as Apple. NQs right now, they didn't get to the high out here, but the volume's there, man. They just came in simultaneously, NQs. 57,000 contracts to get a few more minutes into that 350 hour, but that's going for the highs also. The highs that were generated, and the NQs were at 10 past 2 this afternoon. And, let's go over to Tesla. So Tesla continues to go higher, even though we have 1 out of every 5 shares are still in a short position. You have, they went down a little, 19.34. We started out this morning at 20.110. Tesla's at $430, up $5.60. And bottom line is that that short position is going to have to go down a lot more than 20% because 1 out of every 5 shares they get sold just to close the short positions, folks, is heavy buying pressure on the equity period. And, that's not saying that you have new buyers that are coming in. That is just to close positions that have been held. And, of course, in the Tesla case, we can go back. Look at this. You can only go back 3 weeks, and you're at $100. Yeah. December 5th, not even 3 weeks. December 5th, Tesla was at $322. So that's $108 per share times the amount of shares. So let's do this quick. 1 second. This is crazy. Times 25 million shares. What did I say? Oh, my God. Yeah. So that's the short position right now that's open. It's a monster number. And that's a lot of money that I suspect, they're going to make it through this holiday trading week. And holiday trading week, folks, I don't expect anything different than, what do we have? We have Friday. We get Friday. Yeah, then you get Monday. Oh, this is big, man. We get tomorrow, then we get Monday, Tuesday, and a full day Wednesday. to run that stock, and they'll run it. They'll be able to run it because each day, like tomorrow, folks, you know, that's going to be a very slow day also. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Last 10 minutes of trading on this great Thursday afternoon. Dow up 71, Nasdaq up 55, S&P's up 11.5. Come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome, folks. Dow's up 81, Nasdaq's up 58, S&P's up 12.5. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right on the front page, my son Tom, he started a morning market report as well as an afternoon report. So if you want to get a lowdown of what has happened last night, what we're looking for in the market today, quick, nice, concise, put together well, check it out. It's free. You just go to TFNN. You're going to see it right inside the featured content. You get the morning market report. This morning, of course, you had the jobless claims in there. You know, this is, you talked about substantial. Initial claims for the state unemployment benefits decreased 13,000 to a seasonal adjusted 222,000. You know, we'd expect that during the holidays, but the bottom line, big number. Weekly mortgage applications, they pull back as rates edge towards 4%. Then you get a bunch of charts in there. After the market's closed, of course, you'll have another report in there. Now, as you're over there also, if you'd like to test drive the gold report, folks, great time to do it. The bottom line is that as you test drive this, okay, so the gold report, you just hit the gold report. You can hit subscribe. You can get it for a month for $97. 6 months for $4.99, which is a savings of $133 or 22%. You get it for a year for $7.85, which is a savings of $379 or 32%. Bottom line, folks, is that what you also get in there is you're going to get a webinar that I had just done about, I don't know, about maybe 6-7 weeks ago, about the next leg up in gold being $17.94. And I'm just going to show you this quickly because we were talking about this. And if you take a look at the continuous contract, it might be a little bit less than that right now. But the bottom line is that what we may have here is a very large ABC structure on the way up. You know, the B point here would be 15.59. Your A point is down there at 12.66, and your C point is out there at 14.56, and that's going to be quite an expansion. So your next swing point from 2012 is up there at the 17.94, and I expect the way this is trading right now, we'll know when it breaks the swing point, but the bottom line, that's how it's trading to get up into higher price. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Tomorrow morning, folks, we're starting at 7 o'clock. Come join us. Basil Chapman, 7, Steve Rhodes at 8, Larry Pizzavento at 9, Tommy and I at 10. Check it out. Have a great one, folks.